Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities. User testing, real-time feedback from real customers wherever you work. It won't be long before the Oakland Roots and Las Vegas Lights are familiar foes, but tonight they meet for the very first time as the Roots continue their introduction to the Pacific Division here in Week 12 of their inaugural season. With Devin Kerr, I'm Joe Malfa. Warm-ups and injury time brought to you by Muir Orthopedic Specialists. Online or in person, Muir Orthopedic Specialists provide specialized, innovative, and compassionate services. Devin, it's a scorcher tonight in Livermore, California, with the thermometer reading triple digits, and things are heating up in the Pacific's division as well.
This was always going to be a process for Oakland Roots, and yeah, there's a lot of points out there in front of them to chase down, but they've got a lot of games in hand to do it, so take a deep breath. This is going to take some time. They will be just fine. Las Vegas Lights, they started slow as well, but guess what? A win, and they're right back above the playoff line.
And that's what they talked about. Steve Cherundolo, head coach, peaking at the right time after a slow start, getting into the mix late. Now they're starting to click.
Any manager that you talk to coming into the season, it's going to be 8, 10, 12 games. That's really going to be the measuring stick for what you're going to see out of your group. Add into the fact that you've got a new affiliation, a new head coach, and then all the loanees from LAFC coming in tonight. 7, by the way, in the starting 11 for Las Vegas Lights. It's difficult. The journey was never going to be easy, but they've started to get better defensively. Really like I've seen the movement going forward in the final third. They're going to start bagging some goals and start turning some heads.
And Oakland, still a team finding their way here in their inaugural season. Just 7 games into it, a quarter of the way through. What are your thoughts on them so far, Devin?
Would make the argument that it's actually a stark difference from what I thought they were going to be. Now, understand with all the injuries and some lack of players in certain areas for depth, they're not as good offensively as we thought they would be or that they were earlier on this season. They've been magnificent on the defensive side of the ball. They can flat out shut you down. Combine those two together. Jordan Farrell has an understanding of what he wants this to look like. If he can bridge that gap and get both sides of the ball a bit closer in proximity, they'll be just fine down the stretch.
Help on the way offensively. East Bay community player to watch, Brandon Allen making his first start.
So what do you go get and do when you're struggling in the final third? You go get a kid that's got 53 USL championship goals all time to his name. When you talk to coaches around this league, and they're scouting and trying to find a way to give themselves a spark offensively, this guy's name always popped up. He was extremely talked about with the Tampa Bay Rowdies a couple years ago. They think he's finally found his home with the Oakland Roots. Jordan Farrell hopes so.
Oakland has gone 4 matches without a goal. A chance to rectify that tonight against a Vegas squad that has conceded at a rate of 2.4 goals per game. Roots, lights, camera action. First battle between Oakland and Vegas coming up right here on ESPN+.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community, together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Okay. Hi, can I get a woo-woo?
What?
No, a woo-woo. Like,
Sour blue milk. Got it.
no, I don't think you get it.
No, I get it.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I still don't think you get it.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Tahoe Blue tastes better.
Community. It's not just a place. It's shared experiences and memories. It's feeling like you belong. It's home.
Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney!
But community is more than where you come from. It's the sum of our collective actions. And if we work together, it's ours for generations. East Bay Community Energy. Join us in leading the transition to green power.
Back at Las Positas College Field with Devin Kerr, I'm Joe Malfa, just about set for kickoff between Oakland and Las Vegas. With that, we take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross, starting with the visiting Vegas Lights.
Well, the front three in Quezada, Denny Mazowski and Cal Jennings, all loanees from LAFC. 7 in total for this squad. Love what Bryce Duke brings to the field, the ability to stretch the game and slide right through that pocket to combine with the boys aforementioned. The back line, it's going to be interesting to me to see the balance and how they start to attack here, especially the way that Memo Diaz and Soya Takahashi, their counterparts for Oakland Roots, start to push going forward. There is going to be a late scratch here. Volfall is off. Ariel Mumba into the midfield alongside Max Ornstill. And what does this look like as well? For a team that's been shifting to a diamond-like formation within the midfield, you would think that compactness has to remain there. At the same point in time, the speed for Lights is going to stretch it, so they bring in players that can do the same. So they have to be able to sit and absorb some pressure, but still counter going the other direction. Brandon Allen leading up top.
And a big last-second loss there for Oakland. Head coach Jordan Farrell was very excited getting Volfall back into the fold. But it's Ariel Mumba who comes in instead. All eyes, though, as you mentioned, I'm Brandon Allen. 53 goals in his USL Championship career, making his first Oakland start. And a team that is looking to break quite the drought. 384 minutes without a goal. Can he do it tonight in his first appearance with them?
Well, the other side of that is they're still waiting to get things going, is the fact that, yes, offensively it haven't been great. But as mentioned, defensively, they've been extremely stout. And I will say that their ability to start to eke out performances is a very good thing. Free-flowing, wide open in those first 3 matches against Phoenix Rising, Galaxy 2, and of course Sacramento Republic, that crazy 3-3 game back on June 2nd. But since then, the tune has been very different, right? The compactness is great. They're starting to build the chemistry. If this is a healthy team, the depth is there. I love Jeremy Bukila up top. Chuy Enriquez coming off the bench previously, getting into the starting lineup. If you get all those guys back, now you've got a complete package. And right now, they're just trying to weather the storm.
After that 3-3 draw, we had a 1-0 loss for Oakland, a 0-0 draw, a 1-0 loss, and a 0-0 draw. A combined 2 goals in the next 4 games. Take a look at the injury report brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross tonight. A couple of guys still out there for Oakland, and they're all on that top line as well.
That's the main problem. Of course, Jeremy Bukila, their target man, that big bruising frame that we've seen them play off of. Tyler Blackwood still going through concussion protocol, and Johnny Rodriguez, there's some of the speed that we talk about, right? They've done a good job, Oakland Roots, at understanding what this league was going to be like, and now to be able to implement their style going forward. It's going to take time, 100%. Same thing for Las Vegas Lights, Steve Cherundolo, Ejimadu in goal. Still haven't seen his debut this season, though not necessarily the worst thing considering the fact that you have Rando and a little guy by the name of Tomas Romero, who's starting to progress quite rapidly at the professional ranks.
Alex Rando making his 6th start for Las Vegas. The first one, he was kind of tossed to the wolves a little bit against Phoenix. Gave up 5 goals in that game, but also set the record for a single game in USL Championship with 15 saves. So it depends if you want to look at that game, glass half full, glass half empty. Defenders didn't really acquit themselves well or do him any favors, but he made a lot of big stops in that one.
There's quite rapidly becoming a much bigger picture at play here for the Las Vegas Lights and their affiliation with LAFC. And from an operational standpoint, the fact that Thorington, Bradley, and of course your head coach and Steve Cherundolo all have a great working relationship together prior to coming to Sin City. Now you have the opportunity to work literally from the grassroots level up, where you hear all these stories about the LAFC Academy and how great they've been. Now that can start to step into the professional spotlight, right? So they sign academy players. They get guys that are specifically signed to the Las Vegas Lights, but then all the loanees as well. To have the understanding from a systematic standpoint of what that's going to look like as an 11-year-old, as a 17-year-old, and a 27-year-old for guys that are established pros like Mohamed Traore, Mamadou Fall on the back line. That's very difficult to handle. But as the season has gone on for Cherundolo, LAFC, and the Las Vegas Lights, this is a great relationship headed in the right direction.
And as we still have this delay before this game kicks off, a word on the weather. I mentioned earlier we've got triple-digit temperatures If you're sitting at home in air conditioning, first of all, be thankful. Triple digits here in Livermore, but also the wind. You could hear it on our microphones being picked up. 15 miles an hour rolling off the hills here in California. So weather, between the heat, between the wind, will be quite the factor in this one.
This is really similar to what we saw last week in the matchup for Phoenix Rising against Los Dos. They were approaching 25 to the point where putting the ball in the air, impossible, not going to happen. And it was kind of funny, actually. So due to COVID protocols, they've changed how the coin tosses go. Now you can actually have an administrative staff person go in, pick heads or tails, you know, heads I win, tails you lose, whatever floats your boat. But so this plays out about an hour ahead of time in the referee meetings. And so they picked to have the wind, Phoenix Rising, in that situation. Well, the wind flipped. And so when they came out at the start of the first half, they go, wait a second, we're playing into the wind. They're hoping that's not the case here for Oakland Roots as we get ready to go. And again, two teams just really starting to find a rhythm, and the hope that this quality play that we've seen, you know, the good striking partnership of Jennings and Musovsky up top, who have seen success both with LAFC and Las Vegas Lights, can they get it done on the road? You know, that compact shape we've seen on the back line for Oakland Roots, can they withstand the pressure and start to pick their moments on the other side of the field?
Vegas in the white going from right to left. Oakland defending from left to right in the home blacks. With fans in attendance tonight at Las Positas College Field, we are underway. Kickoff presented by User Testing. Real-time feedback from real customers wherever you work. Visit usertesting.com to learn more. Early whistle goes in Vegas' direction. Might get our first taste here if they decide to go on target or with a cross, what the ball looks like in the air in this wind. And they probably wisely decide not to go in the air, just play it short and around the wing. Traore. Quezada. Another challenge in from Mumba, who was inserted into the lineup late. Rather, that's Mafeka. Danny Crisostomo sets this one up. Last one, a bit of an awkward spot. This one, a better chance to get in a dangerous ball early on. Paul Blanchette making his first start for Oakland. Newly signed between the pipes tonight. Sent it to a dangerous area. What a stop already from Blanchette. That's how you acquit yourself well to the new boss.
This is some kind of save. Look at all the traffic in front of him. Well-worked ball. Crisostomo to pick out that back post run. But how about the touch? How's your aim? But how's your hands? Great save by Blanchette on the doorstep.
East Bay Community Energy corner kick. Providing green power at low rates. Visit ebce.org to find out more. This one's sent in low, driven, and Oakland deals with it. Weir pushing the tempo down the left flank, unable to win that foot race. Noticing now it looks like there was another late switch for Oakland. Akeem Ward on the field. That's somebody we had on that initial lineup. Mentioned that Val Fall was a late scratch with Ariel Mumba checking in.
I'm just hoping that it's not injuries picked up in pregame warmups. That insult to injury, literally, for Jordan Farrell and the Oakland Roots, already stretched pretty thin.
Tight marking down in the corner. Another corner for Las Vegas. Last one didn't turn out so well. See if the delivery is better this time. Lofted in, flicked on, and away. Moves it off of last, trickles to the corner. It'll be another corner for Las Vegas. Oakland under heavy fire early on. Wind blowing in towards this corner. Hangs up there, headed on, and Blanchett makes a second big stop 4 minutes in to his Oakland debut.
Good save here. He's got to come back across his body. Watch the restricted position, from the goalkeeper. Accounting for the win. Would expect him to attack this a bit more, Paul Blanchett, but still a good save.
Danny Flores, one of the other players scratched from Oakland in addition to Valfalt. And it looks like Emra Clementa also out there. So 3 players not in the initial starting lineup for Oakland. A lot of shuffling going on for Jordan Farrell. Right before kickoff, it appears. Blanchett made 10 appearances last season with RGV. Again, new to the squad this week. 2 big stops early on for an Oakland squad that has played well defensively. With more fire on their new goalkeeper than I'm sure Jordan Farrell would have hoped for in the early stages. Takahashi sends it back. Orange still. Kai Green pushes into space. Akeem Ward up to it. Akeem Ward has been one of the Ironmen for Oakland. Has seen very little time off the field so far this season. Chuy Enriquez was another one of those guys. But tonight, for the first time, he will not take part in the starting lineup and played all 630 minutes previously. Alex Rando untested so far. Again, 384 minutes coming into this game since Oakland last scored part of that 3-3 thriller against Sacramento in the beginning of June. It was Jeremy Bokila in the 66th minute who got their last goal still to date. But for their deficiencies offensively, they've been proficient defensively. Just 2 goals conceded and 2 clean sheets in their last 4 matches as well. Darnweir is calling for it down the wing, never got it. All the way across to Akeem Ward. Puts a cross in first time into the gut of Alex Rando. Quick attempt at the breakout. That's caught out by Orange Still. Fake up back to Orange Still and all the way back again as Oakland begins to take its shape. They like to set the tempo. They like to control the ball. They felt they didn't have enough of it in their last couple of matches, especially that game against San Diego, 1-0 defeat. That game they just saw 37% of the possession. Jordan Farrell said that's a number that's much too low for what they want to do offensively. Takahashi tries to thread it through to Diaz. Again into the arms of Alex Rando. Not quite sure of the situation going on in Oakland, but 3 players were pulled last minute. Again, from the initial starting lineup we gave you, we are missing 3 guys, with Ariel Mumba checking in for Val Fault. Brendan Allen has been pulled off. And the last one, Clementa checking in on the back line. Danny Flores was that last scratch for Oakland. Just bizarre this last minute for Oakland, but just another challenge for Jordan Farrell to deal with. Still steps through, finds Takahashi. We're making the run down the left wing. Mafeka had space in the middle. And it's turned back every time that Oakland has tried to advance. They've been sent back. Once again, it's Blanchette. Under heavy fire there. Waited a bit longer than he probably had hoped for. Again, if you're just joining us, 3 last-minute changes for Oakland. Danny Flores, Brandon Allen, and Val Fall were given in the initial starting lineup. Did not take the field in their place. Ariel Mumba, Emra Clementa, back to Blanchette. Clementa under pressure. Veteran turns through, finds space. And Akeem Ward getting it sent his way now, the 3rd of those players to join the fray late for Oakland tonight. Takahashi fends off a would-be defender. Oakland settling into a bit more of the possession they like here. Jordan Farrell, one of the points of emphasis for this squad, is setting the tempo, controlling the ball. As Mumba sends it out wide. Finds Takahashi, looking for Weir. Sends it all the way across the other way. Diaz latches onto it, sends it across, in front. It's dealt with by Mamadou Fall.
United had questions coming into the game as to what this was going to look like for the Oakland Roots and where Memo Diaz would line up. We've seen him at outside back, of course, moving him into the midfield and that front line as well. And with the subtractions, unfortunately for Oakland Roots, of Brandon Allen and Danny Flores, they've got to find a way to have a presence up there. That will be the 2 attacking options, Tarn Weir and Memo Diaz. The way that they're lining up, though, on the back with Kai Green, Tarek Morad, and Emmer Clementa playing in the 3, that puts a lot of pressure on Akeem Ward. and Soya Takahashi. I was saying to you how much of a presence Takahashi has on the left, and he can get overly exposed in the 4. Now you've got coverage playing with that 3, and as they sit with the wingbacks on the outside, that's going to help you out quite nicely against the likes of Danny Mazovsky and Cal Jennings as they start to explore themselves in transition.
Tigerine puts it down here. Plays it quickly again. Wind very much a factor today. Blowing up over 15 miles an hour consistently. Nearly a quarter hour into it with Devin Kerr. I'm Joe Malfa. Scoreless between Oakland and Vegas. Their first ever meeting here in the Pacific Division. Week 12 of Oakland's inaugural season. Battle in the midfield. Won by Mumba. Good passing in the middle between Ward, Mufeka, and Mumba. But the last piece of the puzzle on the switch not there. Transition opportunity for the Lights. Clementa steps in, sends it aside.
There is that space that I was talking about, though, Joe, as you start to move on that right flank when Takahashi, especially with the fact that you need help for those front 2. When he goes high, that's going to look nicely for Cal Jennings. Can you find him in those key moments with all the green out in front of you?
Right to Roma, looked like he was lining up a shot from distance. Thought better of it. Out to Julian Gaines. And Soya Takahashi out there to defend it. Jordan Farrell very happy with what Soya Takahashi has brought to the table so far for Oakland. The whistle saves Oakland. Take a field trip with the Oakland Roots. Tickets are available for a limited capacity Oakland Roots versus Phoenix Rising game on July 14th, right here at Las Positas College. Visit oaklandroots.com. Sent down the wing for Danny Masovsky. Rather, Cal Jennings, he's taken down. Ismir Pekmic thought about the whistle, waved Cal Jennings on. Diaz clutches his leg last minute. I've gotten stomped on in there. Ball sent forward towards Weir. Mufeka comes crashing in, handball. Tonight's small business of the match brought to you by American Express's Miss Ollie's. Visit Miss Ollie's on Washington Street and support local small business. Cal Jennings unable to turn. Handful of players in this Vegas starting lineup today were on the bench for LAFC in their midweek MLS match this week. Just goes to show you the relationship between the two teams and how vital it is for Steve Cherundolo's crew, getting that talent in, getting them some minutes, helping out this Vegas squad as they begin to kind of find their groove here after a slow start. So much of it has to do with Cherundolo coming into the mix a bit late. The first few weeks turned into pretty much an extended preseason, but very happy with the growth they've shown week to week and the chemistry that's beginning to form for Lights. to Akeem Ward. Tight corners, 2 white jerseys converge. Akeem Ward, as it lasts off of his right leg, looks down at the ground in disbelief. Pressure came very quickly, unable to play out of it.
Well, it does come off him, and it's beautifully done here by Las Vegas Lights to pin him in the corner. Great little step over by Cal Jennings, just dropping up. Over to this left side, underneath the front line. Great combination.
Ty Green steps in wearing the captain's armband tonight for Oakland. Another corner for Vegas. Tally beginning to rise. This will be their 4th corner of the match already. Not yet 20 minutes into it. Delivery driven near post. It's 4 corners. It's 4 times that Oakland has not been threatened on them. Holding strong at the back. Blanchette's made a couple of big stops already. Long throw out. Heavy touch from Takahashi. Mafeka down the wing. A surging Tarnweer making his first start for Oakland. He's come off the bench 6 times already. He's had plenty of playing time. First time his name is in the 11 to begin things. Towards Diaz, chest it down. A bit too heavy on the touch. I don't think he realized how much time he had if he would have picked his head up.
We had Memo Diaz on the back post as well. You're not on the front foot a lot, and finally an opportunity pokes out. Sometimes the judgment is clouded exactly how it plays out.
Comes the other way. Masovsky muscled off the ball by Max Ornstill. Ornstill's a guy for Oakland who's proven very versatile early on. He's played out at right back, he's played at center back, he's played in that defensive midfield role. Jordan Farrell very happy with the different dynamics Max Ornstill can bring to the table. There's Masovsky, lines up a shot, blocked.
It's a rough one defensively as well, given the lineup tonight where you're chasing the likes of Doroma and Torres and Crisostamo in the midfield. But you're still trying to have a presence when you start to stretch this thing going forward. That seems to be the area that they're lacking right now, although Ariel Mumba doing a good job providing a bit of relief as they start to move forward. Haven't really seen a lot of combination with he and Lino Mafeka just yet, but the wind doesn't help either, does it?
Most of the game has been played on the ground, probably for good reason. We also have one last-minute change to get to you now for Vegas. Christian Torres in, Bryce Duke out. So a rash of changes on both teams right before kickoff. More touch, a chance for Weir to break forward. Was hesitant though in the build, and now taken down. Flag popped up on the near side. So Pekmich brings the whistle back. Advantage did not materialize for Oakland. Masovsky this season, you just saw there, 3 goals and 6 starts for Vegas. Cal Jennings, same thing, 6 starts, 3 goals. A lot for Oakland to handle on the backside. Truly today putting to the test what Jordan Farrell has been most happy about for his squad. Ward lost it forward, over the head of Diaz. Mafeka comes striding in, wins it. Mafeka threads it through, opportunity in the box, and it's in! Tarnweer, first start, first goal for Oakland Roots. That snaps a drought of over 400 minutes without a goal.
It's a really risky touch in the midfield, playing out of the back for Vegas. And as this thing comes up out of the sky on this misdirect off the back line, gotta be smarter. Clear this away, reset your lines, and defensively gain shape. But the pressure coming from Mafeka is brilliant. Just asked to see a bit more out of him. How about that? Pick the pocket, put it on the deck. Just said we hadn't seen a lot in the air. Tarnweer says, yeah, we don't need to. I'm just gonna tuck this baby home in the bottom corner. Excellent strike by Tarnweer. But the challenge by Mafeka is what really opens this thing up.
Tarnweer, a local Oakland boy. He's 22 years old. His 7th appearance this season, his first as a starter. And he nets his first goal in USL Championship with Oakland Roots. Officially comes in the 24th minute, which means Oakland's streak had topped 400 minutes. 408 minutes without a goal. Snapped by Tarnweer. How does Vegas respond? Ward battles with Traore. Mamadou Fall struggles to find that one between his feet. Plays out of it well though. Daroma. Mumba all over him and commits the foul. Daroma. Forays forward again to Traore. Overlap comes from Daroma. Ball sent in towards Blanchette. Secure grab again from the keeper. Made 2 big stops early on, first 5 minutes. Goals change games, Devin, and had Blanchette not come up with those first couple of big stops, who knows where we'd be right now. Pinballs off of Daroma and Mumba. Just past Orange still. Crisostomo has played every minute so far this season for Vegas. All 900 coming into this one. The linchpin for Steve Cherundolo's squad. Out to Traore. Low ball in, flicked at the back post. Narrowly missing an equalizer, Vegas Lights.
It's a beautiful ball whipped into the front post, and Cal Jennings just surprised he doesn't get more on this. Looked like he was able to get a tiny touch on the redirect. Watch him persevere. You know, he starts this movement, and then as he crashes the party, does he get enough? There's a tiny little one on the back heel. Secondary effort on the run coming through to the back post, but that little flick by Cal Jennings. Next level stuff if he can put that in the back of the net.
Now, in regards to the changes we've mentioned that were last minute for both teams, official word from the league, out of an abundance of caution, the clubs in the league have agreed to select player pool for the match to align with health and safety protocols. So there's the official word from USL Championship. Mafeka sprung the attack that led to the first Oakland goal.
Great ball.
Ward slows it down. Finds Orange still. Takahashi takes it down. Takahashi, touch to the end line. Moves it off of last. Takahashi pleads his case. It's going to be a goal kick, though, for Alex Rando. Nearly a half an hour into this one with Devin Kerr. I'm Joe Malfa. Hot night, Livermore, California. Temperatures have reached triple digits. Wind blowing 15 miles an hour. Weather certainly a factor. Oakland and Vegas meeting for the first time here in USL Championship. Big one in the Pacific Division. Oakland came into this one 0-2-3 in their last 5. Vegas 2-2-1. The Vegas squad that started off really slowly, started to find their groove, but now they find themselves down a goal. Courtesy of Tarn Weir, 24 minutes into this one. Diaz, lovely ball in. Mafeka with speed. Ball recovers. Back to Orange still. Takahashi, once again battling gains. Cuts in. Ball over everybody in a black jersey. The second ball won again by Ward. Mumba. Takahashi. Down the wing, Takahashi wins a corner. It'll be the first of the evening for Oakland. Can Oakland back up that first goal with a second after 408 minutes without one? Could they just go 7 before the next one? As Diaz positions the corner. Diaz, they'll do it again. Second chance from Diaz. Flicked on, back post, Green sends it down. Mafeka deflected, back to him. Mafeka stumbles down. No call. Edge of the area, that would have been an interesting decision. Green sends it in, back post. Oakland dangerous again. Jordan Farrell said he felt all it needed was that first one, and once that first one came, it would provide that confidence that the squad needed. Ever since they got that goal in the 24th minute, Oakland on that front foot.
They've got it. They just need to be careful they don't overstretch themselves here, you know, with the changes, and you wonder what the depth looks like for them moving forward. This is a Galaxy team that is more than capable of putting the ball down, knocking it side to side, stretching. Right now, just struggling with the rhythm, to be honest. Some of the decision making a little bit off. You know, flustered from the start to the game, giving up the goal, building out of the back. You watch some of the overlapping runs, the ball's in behind, just not very crisp. They'll work themselves into a match. That seems to be their MO. They start slow, but quality finishers.
Perhaps for Vegas, this game could turn into what's been a microcosm of their season. Very slow start to the year, finding their footing. Steve Cherundolo comes in late as the head coach, starting to understand the moving parts of the relationship with LAFC. Now today, handful of players in the starting 11 on loan from LAFC. They were with LAFC on the bench in the midweek, getting back reintegrated into the lineup, so maybe a slow start to the game. See them hit their stride right around the halftime mark.
Recognize the travel for those players as well, right? You know, the fact that you're coming and going, we know that they train out in LA on a regular basis, and the home games are at Cashman, so they're accustomed to it. You know, they understand what this environment is going to be like. The stars have sort of aligned here in the first half for Oakland Roots so far. You know, they're struggling to play through the interior as well, with Mumba and Horn still defensively lining up side by side. Mafeka's doing a good job of trying to push this to the outside, but Weir and Memo Diaz pushing this as well. You know, they're forcing them to the exterior. So it's hard to get the tacticians, Torres and Jeroma and Crisostomo, on the ball on the interior, as good as they are. Just struggling to find some of that momentum. So that's why you're seeing a lot of balls just up over the top, work to the outside, and unsuccessfully.
Green, I think he saw that late run coming. He's trying to shield it for Blanchette, but needed to get into emergency mode and clear it. Durama. Back again. Unable to split those two defenders. Orange still Mumba there. Torres. Cut off by Green. One 1-0 win last week against Tacoma for Vegas. Danny Masovsky found the goal in the 5th minute. Tacoma controlled possession, set the tempo of that game. Steve Cherundolo felt they were not the better team, but got the result. So far, a bit more of the same here. Oakland, the better of the two sides, they get the goal, and now playing from in front. Something they have not done very often, the Roots.
If you're Vegas, you need that, though. You're not always going to play well. You find a way to eke out results. That's totally fine. I mentioned how they seem to build within games. The problem is they've started slow on a lot of them. Conceded the first goal 7 times throughout their matches. Not fun to fight that uphill battle that regularly. There's a patience within this Oakland Roots team that has really started to develop over time. The potent attack that was Sacramento Republic Galaxy 2, though that has slowed down, of course, because of personnel. There's an understanding now as they build back front.
In the middle from Mafeka, a chance to double the lead. He's cut off. Weir again pushing forward. He got the goal. He set up Mafeka there.
Good challenge, and what's more important here is you've learned from your mistakes, because that long ball up over the top, remember the turnover was an ill-timed touch within the midfield where you could have easily just cleared your lines, knocked this ball and reset. So good on Vegas to understand that they're not going to get their hand caught in the cookie jar twice.
Jordan Farrell felt the squad needed to be better, more decisive, more clinical in and around the 18. A lot of attacking talent that hasn't been on the field altogether just quite yet. And until then, needs guys to step up. Tarn Weir has stepped up so far. He's on it again.
Check the space in the middle. See? Quick close down. Too many black jerseys. You can't find any combination play in the build-up.
Try, all right. Finds Jennings. Jennings has come across to the left side now. We saw him start the game on the right.
Well, they're letting him float back and forth. Of course, he's so good with the ball at his feet, and he recognizes that space. You know, whether it was his time where he was playing up top on the front line for 901 FC, of course, spent preseason with Indy 11, was signed to their roster prior to being picked up by LAFC in that transaction. And if you've been living under a rock for the past couple of seasons, there's some boys who can put the ball on the deck for LAFC. He'll fit right in.
Opportunity here, over the bar. Right on cue.
No, he is that good, and this is why you let him float. It's simple enough, Joe. Don't isolate him to one single spot on the field, because he's so good at finding these half spaces. And watch the little touch there by Jeroma. That's where they get themselves moving forward. But even then, there's so much work to be done. 2 players in front of him, quick little touch in, snakes around, gets off a shot.
This one sent over the top and over everybody. Right on cue, Cal Jennings gets involved. All the way back for Alex Rando. Perhaps seeing an opportunity come that close for Vegas gives them the extra boost they need going into the half here. Chance to bring the goal back. Great to hear the limited capacity crowd getting into it for Oakland Roots here at Las Positas College Field in Livermore, California. And they've been treated early on to a great start. Up 1-0, looking to preserve that and add to it. Just one win so far in their inaugural season. Amadou Fall, I didn't think initially he saw that pass coming back to him from Rando as he was waving players forward. Sostamo. Out to Gaines. Vegas again with life going forward. Sent in, flicked on and away by Clementa, rising for it. Remember, Clementa has come in and been a very strong, steady veteran presence on that back line for Oakland. A team that Jordan Farrell felt gifted too many goals early in the season. And after those couple of games, 3 goals allowed against Phoenix, 2 against Galaxy, and then 3 against Sacramento. Just 2 goals allowed in the last 4 games since then. Especially when you move Max Ornstill, who's been a center back by trade for quite some time, back up into the midfield as a holding 6. Making friends here for Quezada. You've got to find a way to just make sure you have proper leadership. You know, an expansion team, you're going to go through so many different trials and tribulations. Of course, you're going to find rhythm. What does the roster look like? What do we look like both on and off the field? And these questions aren't usually answered right away. You're good on the Oakland Roots to recognize, okay, we need a little bit of help here. Let's go get Emmer Clementa. You've still got good vision and distribution from guys like Max Ornstill. And it's really difficult for them tonight to attack from the outside, given the fact that Akeem Ward and Takahashi have so much responsibility on the defensive side. For Las Vegas Lights, they're just trying to find a way to maneuver this right now. Starting to see the combination play through the midfield, liking the steps being taken by Frank Daroma. His movements in a lot of situations actually remind me of Latif Blessing, interestingly enough. If you just watch him, he floats, you know, and he starts to drift a little bit, stops looking, always looking for 3 or 4 yards, tops. And he's good in space. The man who is the All-American at Cal State Bernardino. You watch his vision. He's efficient on the ball. Right now, they're just trying to find a way to go from, you know, your 2 center backs or the outside back when they work through the middle. Where's that combination play coming from? Defensively, Oakland Roots doing a good job of keeping this game in front of them. Emmer Clementa didn't sign until June 7th. That one headed nearly wide of Blanchette. Gathers himself after gathering the ball. Clementa has stepped right in. 5 appearances, now 4 starts for Oakland. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Orange still. Now for Takahashi. Oakland very comfortable playing around the back. Morad sends it forward. Run from Takahashi. Up and down that left wing. He's been for 42 minutes, non-stop. A little bit too far out in front, though, for Weir. Good challenge put in by Ward. Dispossesses Daroma. Green turned into the trouble. Quezada bails out Oakland, though, after that giveaway. Too far out in front of Daroma. Jordan Farrell not happy with the return on points in the first quarter of the season for Oakland, but felt the performances have been positive as the collective identity of the squad emerges. Felt tonight could be a springboard into the second quarter of the season. Mafeka centers it. Weir taken down heavily, but cleanly. Green has space. Mumba gets it back from Diaz. Out again for Takahashi. Gets the ball in towards Mumba. Dealt with before it gets there by fault. Jennings flicked on by Murad. Just put that right boot up, hoping to get a piece, and he did.
Yeah, it's just a poor decision here by Cal Jennings. He's got to continue this run. You know, your natural instinct sees that space over to the right shoulder, but it's a really difficult ball. Your momentum's already coming left, so you're going to take a quick little peek up, bring it to the outside of your right foot, and pinch it across your body. But then the ball's also moving away from goal, and so are your options. You know, your options are to your right. You don't want to push them away. If he carries this a bit further left, you're going to pull more space on that back line away from the Oakland Roots and open up some more looks moving forward.
Seconds remaining of the first 45, awaiting official word on stoppage time. The goal belongs to Tarweer, 24th minute. The difference right now, snapped a 408-minute goalless drought for Oakland Roots. And the official word on stoppage time is there is no stoppage time. There is the whistle. Oakland takes a 1-0 lead into the halftime break.
It's a dream start for the Oakland Roots, courtesy of that man right there, Tarweer. 24th minute, great little pressure by Linamafeka, applied just outside the top of the 18. Combination play sits it in the back of the net. Defensively done well for themselves. Started to overexpose as the half went on. They have to be careful because this Las Vegas Lights team in transition can apply their trade with the best of them. They start getting some of their tacticians on the midfield going. This could be quite problematic in the second half for Oakland Roots, but got to be happy with the start so far.
Big battle in the Pacific Division. These teams meeting for the first ever time. Oakland needing to get on track. Still just one win to their name in their inaugural season. Good start for that. Weir gets the goal, a 1-0 lead as we head into the Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield halftime show. Tarweer celebrates his first goal in his first start, giving Oakland the lead.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Nation's Giant Hamburgers, the Bay Area's favorite since 1952, with 29 locations to serve you. Don't settle for a nothing burger. Go for a Nation's Giant Hamburger. Really fresh, a little hard to hold, totally awesome. But Nation's is more than just hamburgers. We have really great breakfast too. And don't forget our large variety of pies, made fresh daily. Nation's Giant Hamburgers, keep it real, make it Nation's.
Back here on the Anthem halftime show, I'll leave it to my partner Devin Kerr for this week's edition of The Dish.
It's pizza, it's fish and chips, it's 1, next to 2, it's Dorici, in honor of my brothers in the European final. Italian equals 12. Week 12 of The Dish coming at you. New York Red Bull 2 on the road at Charlotte Independence. Jeremy Raffanello. It doesn't matter if it's Penn State or Indy. He's in New York now, and he's scoring goals from Omar Sow. But that bad man again, Dane Kelly. That's carry the one. 93 goals, ladies and gentlemen, in the USL Championship history. What's after 93? Again, mathematics, carry the one. 94, can't head it down the middle. That's a mistake. That's 94. He is now 22 goals ahead of Father Time, also known as Jorge Herrera, who is retired in the race for most goals in USL Championship history. So you think you can dance? So you think you can play? Omar Sow does. Omar Sow gets him even in the 70th minute, back of the net. But Austin Brummett, the substitutes, and the Knights who say knee. Nicholas Nee, the little touch back here. Brummett in the back of the net. Red Bull 2 escape with 3 points. That's a quality victory on the road. Charlotte Independence brought down to earth. Speaking of being brought down to earth, Miami FC about to go into outer space with this kind of performance. It doesn't matter how many passes you put together, kids. It doesn't matter. Got to put the ball in the back of the net. Look at that salsa by Richie Ballard. Looks more like a flamenco, if you ask me. But Adonai Jarry just tucks this one home. 1-0 Miami FC. So they're at home. That makes sense. Mark Forrest Lasso, Mark Aranguian, don't mark Jordan Scarlett, you get yourself into trouble. Simple as that. 1-1, Tampa Bay Rowdies, good response. Callum Chapman-Page, the little tuck-in, just a few short games ago. No doubt about it this time. What a ball whipped into the back post. Chapman-Page with the game winner. Best win in Miami FC history. I'm gonna say it. The Miami FC finally get themselves a result. Let's go to the final highlight of the weekend. And by that, I mean a Wednesday night game. Austin Bold, Sarkodie off Pino. Good finish. Some kind of form to pluck this thing out of midair and just put your laces on it. Take notes. Long-handed. None of that clip note stuff. All right, RGV. With this point, they're still level on terms. With this goal, they're still level in the game. The problem is, for the first time, El Paso Locomotive atop the crazy mountain division that is. Take a breath. See you out there. Stay safe.
Hey everyone, this is Oscar Jimenez from Louisville City FC.
Hi, my name is Carl Howarth. I currently play for the Indy 11.
What's up everybody? It's Connor Sparrow with the Miami FC.
Josué Soto checking in here. Austin Bold FC.
Hello guys, this is Luis Herrera from El Paso Locomotive. Just wanted to share with you guys my favorite soccer moment, and that will be the day I made my professional debut for El Paso, which is my hometown.
Anderson swings it in. Barry making the run, gets a deflection. He puts it in. Colorado Springs has its lead. And the save from Cardoni, it's there, and Cardoni with a huge save. Beautiful ball through, and that's in. Brilliant.
Oakland. The town.
A world-class city where it's not just about where you're going,
but it's also where you come from. See, here, there's always room at the top.
Where sky's the limit,
but roots help keep you grounded. And this is town business. If you know, you know. Some might say it's rough around the edges,
but we all know that the flavors are in the margins. It's a family affair out here.
It's all eyes on we.
Hold it down for the people holding you up. These things matter to us.
It is let's go Oakland over and over and over again, where East Oakland and West Oakland meet.
Show the town love,
and the town will love you back. Oakland, forever.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community, together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Anthem halftime show rolls on. Sun setting over the hills in Livermore, California. Very picturesque sight here for Oakland's temporary home field in this one against Vegas. Devin, you gave us the dish. Now it's time for some news and notes around USL. A lot of players taking place in the Gold Cup.
Is this considered dessert after the dish? All right, let's talk about it. I'm fine with that. Love the representation on the international stage from the USL Championship. USL League One, to be fair, as well. We've already talked about the wonder boy that is Nel Maris and their victory over New Mexico United next Saturday, the 17th, 2 o'clock. A little matinee.
You excited?
It's nice because I don't have to stay up past my bedtime to call this one. It's great. I can't wait. You know, San Antonio looking to get back into some form. Colorado Springs up and down. Haji Berry scores 17 goals every time he steps onto the field. Not bad. I'm excited. Can't wait.
Take a look at some scores from around the league. We're into week 12 now in USL Championship. Big one tonight. Phoenix goes east and draws Charlotte without Dane Kelly on the field.
And that was an interesting one. Good start by Charlotte Independence. They were the better team, to be fair. Little tactical shift by them. Phoenix didn't necessarily pick it up right away and, you know, struggled in transition. FC Tulsa, that's a fantastic victory for a team that was just down 3-0 inside 10 minutes last time they played Louisville. They set the precedent. 901, magnificent. Love that from Ben Pierman and their boys. And Sac Republic, Orange County, two teams that are interesting spots. Orange County grinding out results. They're unbeaten through 6. Sacramento Republic grinding out results, but haven't really been able to get to that unbeaten point.
A very tough Pacific Division race tightening up into the summer. Upcoming schedule as we head into week 13 in USL Championship. Devin, I always ask you, which one's the one you're circling?
I'll take the interconference.
Interconference, okay.
And interdivision, to be fair. New Mexico United, Charleston Battery, East meets West. I'm here for that.
All right, Wednesday night game 2.
I don't know if I'm going to root for the yellow or the black. How about you?
I'll take the yellow.
I'll take the black.
All right, we'll see who wins.
I don't know what they're wearing on the road, so I don't know who I just picked.
Could be yellow, could be black. We'll find out. The colors right now very, very pretty in this sunset in Livermore, California. We're back with more in a few moments here on the Anthem Halftime Show.
What do you think about our new tagline?
Have you checked that on Urban Dictionary?
That's descriptive.
How's our checkout working?
I can't add it to the cart. The chat's in the way. Frustrating.
Eye-opening.
See it how your customer sees it with user testing.
Can I get a peanut colada?
Hey, can I get a woo-woo?
Give me a screwdriver, boo. Sugar-free, apple peanut.
Tahoe Blue, Tahoe Blue, Tahoe Blue. Another Tahoe Blue.
Oh, I get it.
That's really nice.
Umbrella?
Yeah.
What can I get you? Never mind. I got it. Tahoe Blue tastes better.
Community. It's not just a place. It's shared experiences and memories. It's feeling like you belong. It's home.
Here is Jack McInerney, still McInerney!
But community is more than where you come from. It's the sum of our collective actions. And if we work together, it's ours for generations. East Bay Community Energy. Join us in leading the transition to green power.
Nation's Giant Hamburgers, the Bay Area's favorite since 1952, with 29 locations to serve you. Don't settle for a nothing burger. Go for a Nation's Giant Hamburger. Really fresh, a little hard to hold, totally awesome. But Nation's is more than just hamburgers. We have really great breakfast too. And don't forget our large variety of pies, made fresh daily. Nation's Giant Hamburgers, keep it real, make it Nation's.
Just about time to return to the action. They're having a good time. Oakland's having a good time with that first half 1-0 lead. We'll take a look at the highlights from that first half, brought to you by Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is transforming healthcare by improving the health of our local communities. Slow start for both squads, but ultimately, Oakland found their way.
Especially given the nature of what was going on at the beginning of this match. Everybody was trying to find a rhythm. Nobody told Paul Blanchett that. He was great. From start to finish in the opening 45 minutes, a couple quality saves. And for me, it was the manner in which he had to do it. The first one, the fact that he had all the traffic in front of him and is able to make the save, that's a great save. The second one right here, it's a good save. To be honest, he shouldn't be reaching out. He should be attacking the ball. But that all didn't matter from the way that this played out on the other end of the field. As this comes through, there's no reason, A, this ball is then set up in that fashion. B, that it's not cleared off the back line in general. You got to be smarter in the midfield. You can't let a ball get away from your surroundings like that, someone's got to step on you. That comes from Mfeka. It ends up in Tarnweer's possession, which ends up in the back of the net. So we go up 1-0. 25, 30-minute mark, you started to see the combination play really start to take effect for Las Vegas Lights. The overlapping runs for their Mohamed Traore trying to pick out the run of Cal Jennings on the near post. Like that little redirect, it's just not enough. And when they start to work through the middle, that's what I was asking for more of. I love Frank Daroma and what he's been able to do for this team over the course of the season so far. His growth is really starting to come leaps and bounds. Tiny little touch. Let the playmakers go to work. Get the ball into Mazovsky in transition. Find Cal Jennings and Quezada in and around the top of the 18, and they'll be just fine. About 10 minutes ago, they started to do that.
And you saw in that highlight package the difference right now. Just one shot on target for Oakland. It went in. A couple for Vegas. A couple of massive stops from Paul Blanchett.
Recognize the fact for Las Vegas Lights, too, that with 10 minutes to go, this is a totally different team. I mean, literally, the attacking options started to come in. You got to go down Route 1. You still maintain the width. Now, if you could start to throw all of that at an Oakland Roots team that defensively has been pretty stout the past couple of matches, start to challenge them a bit more. That's going to shake things up in the midfield. That'll allow more possession-based attacking movements from Las Vegas Lights to start to happen. And if you're Jordan Farrell and Oakland Roots, how long can you sit and withstand this pressure and still provide yourself that offensive glimpse? Remember, you don't want to stretch yourself too thin sitting on that one-goal lead.
And you mentioned throughout the broadcast so far, Devin, Vegas, a team that has really found their way as games have gone along. And looking back to last week's game against Tacoma, they ultimately were able to grind out that 1-0 win. A chance here to do the same in the second half.
7 out of their 10, or I should say 11, including tonight, 7 out of their 11 games, they've started off going down 1-0. That's difficult. I mean, there's no other way to say it than the fact that that is not a winning equation. It's simple as that. Got to find a way, even if you end up leaking a goal, you have to be at a quality level. You know, mentally, that's a very difficult thing as a player. So come out, establish a quality rhythm at the start of the second half, and go see if you can pick a goal out for yourself.
The 3 keys to this game that Steve Cherundolo gave us. The very first one, the most important one, in-box defending. And that right now, the difference on the scoreboard. Ready to begin half number 2. All the field now engulfed in shadows. And Oakland begins in possession in the black from right to left. They go direct towards Weir. He latches onto it. He's the goal scorer. He's looking to create again. It's back for Takahashi. Oakland, a team that has not been afraid to vary up the looks they show in terms of their formation, in terms of their tactics all season long. They're comfortable playing with the ball at their feet. They're comfortable sitting back. They've been very malleable. Curious to see how they look in this second half, trying to defend the lead. This is not a position they've been in very often, trying to play from in front going into a second half. Weir. Back for Orange still, all the way back for Green. Keem Ward. Clementa to Murad, and around again for Takahashi. Orange still presses forward. And perhaps a wise foul there that's going to elicit a yellow without a doubt for Crisostomo, the captain for Vegas.
Just gets away from him here on this touch out in front. He knows he can't recover fast enough, but quality to step over and recognize the fact that Ornstill had gone to ground. And sportsmanship, and I'll give him credit here on Max Ornstill. That's a good explosion of speed getting around that initial press. Pushing right through the middle.
Crisostomo always in the thick of things for Vegas. Ball at his feet very often, came into this game, leading the team in passes. Always factoring in defensively, that time illegally, drawing the yellow card, but leads the team in tackles. Ever present in the midfield for Vegas. He's played every minute of the season so far. Knotted down for Jennings. Dangerous. Jennings. Cast aside. Orange still. Murad combining. And Clementa's down in some pain.
Another decision by Cal Jennings that you have to question a little bit here. As this ball starts to come back through the middle, it's a good hold up by Danny Mazovsky. Just dropping right underneath. When you start to play off of each other, you got to understand at some point in time, you've got to let the ball go. And the space starts to close itself down. I like the direct play coming all the way through. And as Tony Lone knocks this over, he picks it up, release it now. You know, that's right there what I'm talking about with the little things from strikers. You know, when you're bouncing back and forth, different training sessions, different ideas, all of this starts to run through your mind. You also are trying to establish your own rhythm, not just within the team. You know, my argument is always goalkeepers, strikers. There are two people on the field that you want to make sure they have the utmost of confidence.
Jennings a chance to go right back at it. Commits the foul as Murad steps in. Jennings had a couple of those good opportunities in that first half for Vegas. Nothing to show for it in the end. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community. Through the Forever Proud project, the USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forever-proud. Takahashi. Slowed down, forced centrally to Mumba. They'll try the other side with Green. Now Mafeka. Takahashi has been very active down that left side, but I'm starting to lose track of how many times he's made a long run, got into that area, but then not been allowed to send a cross in by that right side of that Vegas defense.
It's having the options moving forward, and you know, what does it look like with Memo Diaz and Tarn Weir? Recognize it's just the two-man striking options up top, and Memo Diaz stretching himself pretty far out wide on that right flank. So as you start to move forward, you've really isolated Mafeka, Tarn Weir. Those are your initial options, unless someone else is stepping out. Mumba is willing to take that step, but there's the space that I talk about. Look at the gap. I mean, you're looking at 40 yards in between, and then there comes Mafeka. So if you're not having support on the initial run, you have to pull it back. You have no other options.
Mumba. And his pocket picked from behind. Jennings making the run on that back line, stretching it out. Mumba tracking back. Clean win of the ball by Mumba. Masovsky still on the ground in pain. Still behind the plate. Has not gotten up yet. And now Oakland will finally play it out.
I'm going to have to figure out somewhere in the IFAB book how this isn't a foul, personally, on this run by Danny Mazovsky. You know, the challenge comes in from behind. You can't do that. Simple enough. You're gonna hurt somebody. There's a good explosion here as he comes through. Watch the arm. I mean, you wrap around him, you get caught up on his legs.
Still feeling the effects of it. Sofsky has to leave for a moment before Izmir Pekmic brings him back onto the field. Tune into ESPN2 Saturday, July 17th as the USL and ESPN continues with the Mountain Division clash. Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. The new Widener Field step into the national spotlight, welcoming San Antonio FC for a 2 p.m. Eastern matinee. Don't miss a second, Saturday, July 17th, 2 p.m. Eastern, ESPN2. Mumba. Now this time, the whistle does blow for the foul. On the other end. Green, a little bit too much on it. Alex Rando gets it into play with the goal kick. We haven't had to call his name a lot. Just one shot on target for Oakland. It went in. Vegas has not allowed many opportunities, but the one was cashed in by Tarn Weir. Now Paul Blanchette, a name we've had to call a couple times, made a couple of massive stops early on.
That's a back pass right there.
Vegas pleading the case. I saw the same thing. All the way the other way for Weir. He does not keep it in. Popped out to the wing for Traore. Sends it forward for Quezada. Oakland has not made it easy on Vegas tonight. Jennings turns. Team Ward tracking back for it. Floated in, center of the box. Knotted down by Takahashi, volley blocked from Jennings. This one blocked as well and finds its way in. That ball had eyes. It's Danny Crisostomo who levels the scoreline.
Braden Cloutier at Orange County would always talk about the flexibility of Crisostomo within the midfield, pushing him to the outside, giving him the luxury to roam free as a 10 sometimes, and most importantly, sitting as their 8 who could provide them that extra step. That's exactly what you get here. It's the initial strike by Cal Jennings that as this thing bounces back off, watch Roma just start to shift outside a little bit. As he goes, Tarn Weir goes with him. That opens up the space right at the top of the 18 for him to step right into. Doesn't matter that it's off a deflection. His first goal in a Las Vegas Lights uniform. He'll take it any way he can get it.
Ball has entered the net, last off of Tarn Weir twice. Once for Oakland, once off that deflection. And we are level again, 10 minutes into this second half. Takahashi, advantage is given. Gaines still going through, loses it in the end. Out for Weir. Trying to get it right back for Oakland. Tarn Weir, end line blocked. Out for a corner. Tonight's corner kick coverage brought to you by Tahoe Blue Vodka. Tahoe Blue's award-winning vodka is a unique 3-vodka blend crafted with Tahoe water. Tahoe Blue tastes better. Please drink responsibly. Fans trying to will the Roots on after conceding. Service to the back post. Nobody home. Green, Orange still near it. Harmless in the end. Diaz flies in. Almost caught them lapping. Flag stays down. Masovsky in alone. Now the space closed down. Group defending by Oakland to get that one clear, only for a moment. Backside blocked. Keem Ward selling out for it. That one last off of a white jersey. After that goal, play opening up just in the couple minutes right after. End-to-end action. Tony Leone gets to that one before Takahashi does. 17-year-old from Long Beach, California. This is what we talked about for Steve Cherundolo's Las Vegas squad. They ease their way into games, they find their rhythm, and they're doing so right now at a vital time. They've already drawn level, now they're going forward again. In the box, saved by Blanchette.
A couple of boys in white jerseys wanted this ball squared back across, but for someone like Alvaro Quezada, who has really struggled to find himself on the offensive side of things in this game, tracking back a lot defensively. You make a run like this, trying to catch the goalkeeper cheating just a little bit. Blanchette sliding to his left. I don't mind the look at all, trying to go to the near post.
Chipped in, everybody looking around, and the flag pops up on Tony Leone. Nation's Giant Hamburgers, hungry for a hamburger? Don't settle for a nothing burger. Go for a Nation's Giant Hamburger. The East Bay's favorite since 1952. Really fresh, a little bit hard to hold. Totally awesome. Keep it real, make it Nation's. Al Jennings floating to the left side, gets it, but unable to find feet. One hour gone in Livermore, California. With Devin Kerr, I'm Joe Malfa. 1-1 between Oakland and Vegas. Tarn Weir opened the scoring all the way back in the 24th minute. And Danny Crisostomo equalized in the 55th off of a deflection from Tarn Weir. Vegas 2-2-1 in their last 5. Oakland 0-2-3. Their first meeting here in the Pacific Division. Standings tightening up. Could be a big swing either way if either team is able to produce a winner, as opposed to splitting a point each. Playing from in front, not something Oakland was used to. Now it's level again. And they're once again defending a Vegas attack. Quezada cuts it back underneath, floats it over the top, headed in the middle, and knocked away. Whistle blows on a high boot from Masovsky. Take a field trip with the Oakland Roots. Tickets available for the limited capacity Oakland Roots versus Phoenix Rising game at Las Positas College. Visit oaklandroots.com for more. What a ball inside. Opportunity here for Vegas to go on top. Blanchette, another massive stop. He is the reason right now that this game is 1-1 instead of maybe 3 or 4-1 Las Vegas.
There's a couple things going on here for Las Vegas Lights. One, is he in an onside position as this thing has slipped through? Yes, he is. So that question's answered. And how about the challenge here by Kai Green on the backside? It's a great save by Blanchette, and then watch the follow through as this ball springs itself out. Questionable for me. I have a hard time believing that this isn't contact on the follow through.
But here's my question to you.
Is he already going to ground?
No. Here's my question to you. We tried to obviously talk against diving. Not to say that that was a dive in any way. There was contact. But in a case like that, as a coach, would you want your guy to just go down? Not necessarily that he was diving. There was absolutely contact. Would you rather your guy just go down in that case?
Well, you pick one. I mean, pick your poison. It depends on the referee as well. There's the save. On the little touch off here, he's got to play on this ball. So if you watch his momentum as he comes through on it, He already gets knocked on his right foot a little bit there.
Oh,
and
I see.
He
You mean
just
there.
goes down right there on the second one. And he gets taken down here for me.
Absolutely there. I thought you meant on the initial contact when Green threw the hands up.
No, not at all. I'm
Okay.
talking about the secondary ball, the deflection that comes off Blanchett. Danny Mazovsky has a play on this ball. And Kai Green just runs through him. And the good news is that he's up healthy and moving, most importantly.
Player orthopedic care provided by Dr. Roth and Muir Orthopedic Specialist, online or in person. Muir Orthopedic Specialist provides specialized, innovative, and compassionate services. After seeing that replay, absolutely agree with you in that case. I thought you meant initially when Green made some contact and threw the hands up and backed away, where there was maybe a chance with some of the contact there for Mazovsky to have gone down. But in the end, falls on top of him and had a chance. A couple of substitutions coming here for either squad now. What impact could this have on the game? Salih Muhammad will be the sub for Oakland. Tonight's Oakland Roots substitution brought to you by Tahoe Blue Vodka. Tahoe Blue's award-winning vodka is a unique 3-vodka blend crafted with Tahoe water. Tahoe Blue tastes better. Please drink responsibly. He is entering the match for Kai Green. Eric Duenas, Roberto Molina, the players entering the match for Las Vegas. Opportunity on for Vegas in the middle. Jennings, heavy touch. Lafeka, dispossessed. Falls again for Jennings. Turns through a couple defenders. Jennings in space. Cal Jennings tried to cut a ball across. Didn't make it through.
Probably the one time that you wanted Cal Jennings to be selfish there and go it alone, huh? Instead of cut this ball back across.
Floated over the top of Blanchett's goal. He retreats into the netting, and we'll get things going again with a goal kick. Those substitutions brought to you by East Bay Community Energy. East Bay Community Energy providing green power at low rates. Visit ebce.org to find out more. Eric Duenas into the match for Christian Torres. All the way back for Alex Rando, who's had a quiet night, save for the one opportunity that he was beaten on by Tarnweer. Molina, first involvement. Ranges forward, leaves it for Leon. Positive step to win that in the back line, but given right away from Murad.
Just got to be oh so careful if you're Mamadou Fall trying to play off the back line here. I don't mind the idea of splitting all those levels, but with the understanding that Molina was high, Tony Leon had started to move over, you overexpose yourself in one area, so if it is a turnover, you get in trouble.
Masovsky, muscled aside by Clementa. Unhappy to turn around though and see that the official pointed to the corner flag. Another chance here coming for Vegas. The 8th corner of the night now for Las Vegas Lights. This game has been tilted Vegas' way ever since they got the equalizer. A chance now in the corner to go ahead. Foul though in the box against the Lights. The United Soccer League, all 31 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. 20 to go here at Las Positas College Field. Takahashi applies the pressure. Mafeka over there as well, and Mafeka digs it out. Mumba. Orange still over the top, looking for and finding Hakeem Ward. But he looks skyward as the touch fails him. Ward hustles back. Cal Jennings exploits that space that was left by Ward. Still Jennings, the shot from Jennings, always rising.
Just same thing here. He's got options on the inside. Jeromo on the back post run. Danny Mazovsky available as well. Cal Jennings just trying to find some sort of form as he starts to move forward here. This is where he's at the best. You know, little cut inside, challenge people in one-on-one situations. It's a difficult ball to pick out. I'll give him that much, but if you stop, pull it back across, much easier to whip in.
I mentioned earlier the 3 keys to the game that Steve Cherundolo gave us. The third of those 3 was that final decision in the final third. Diaz has it knocked away. And Jennings tonight, how many times has he maybe shot when he should have passed?
Yeah.
Passed when he should have shot.
You're hoping maybe the opposites would attract, but that's not the case whatsoever right now for Las Vegas Lights.
Back for Blanchette. A big reason this game is still level. The saves he has made tonight. 6 shots on target for Vegas. 1 beat Blanchette and took a deflection. He's made 5 saves, and 3 of those have been highlight reel saves. And now the confidence with the ball at his feet as well. Blanchette feeling it. Draw some oohs and ahs from the crowd. And Jordan Farrell certainly happy with what he's seen tonight from Blanchette. Good ball in. Opportunity for Vegas. Blanchette again out to front it. It was Quezada forcing his way through on that left side again.
I'll give him this. Mamadou Fall can ping a ball up over the top. It's as simple as that. Watch him drop this thing on a dime. It's got the perfect shape to it as well. You know, to hit this with enough power, but still give your player an opportunity to run underneath it is extremely difficult to do, especially in transition coming off the back line.
Crisostomo curls it in. It falls in the box, still alive, ends up in the back of the net. It found its way to Tony Leone, and he found a go-ahead goal for Las Vegas Lights.
And off the ball, whipped down in by Mamadou Fall. He actually gets the little touch here that opens up the space for his counterpart on that back line. Picked up an assist on the season, but this time around, it's all for Tony Leone and the dirty work down inside the box. A lot of bodies in the way here for Blanchette. Hard to pick up where it's coming from. Only so much the goalkeeper can do. Little misdirect, little touch back through. Just usher this thing along and give yourself an opportunity at it is exactly how it plays out for Tony Leone.
First of the season for the 17-year-old. Capped at the U15 level for the U.S. and the U17 level. Played with Mexico at the U16 level. Big piece on that back line for Vegas. And a big play from the youngster. Signed his homegrown deal July 8th, 2020, so just a little bit over a year past his one-year anniversary of signing that homegrown deal. He gets his first goal for Vegas. Dicey again at the back from Oakland. Diaz, a late whistle for that shove in the back. Over the top again for Quezada. He's been busy down that wing in this second half. Puts it in the middle. Chance to go 2 goals ahead. Masovsky blocked out for a corner. 10th corner of the night coming. Now for Vegas.
It's a good recovery here by Danny Mazovsky, though, because this touch gets away from him. But he's still got time because of his athleticism to cut this back across his body and even get off a half chance.
Again, Oakland has to deal with defending a corner. See if they're more secure this time. It falls all the way across. Kept in by Leone, who has the go-ahead and potentially winning goal right now for Vegas. In the middle, Blanchette, confident off his line, makes the grab off the head of Jennings. Crowd willing, orange still on. Pushes it forward for Diaz, gets it back. Nothing has been easy going forward for the Roots in this one.
Well, the problem we've run into now is, outside of the fact that you need an equalizer, they're still sitting with the same look they gave us in the opening 45 minutes, and the Lights know that. Defensively, they've really shored themselves up, and so as Memo Diaz starts to drift to one side, Tarn Weir just sits over here on the left, and they're expecting Lino Mafeka to step up into that space and take over. It's not going to happen. Simple as that. Someone else has got to break the line and challenge the shape of this team that has gotten so much better as the game has gone on. You know, they're tacticians right now. They're just stepping on it, knocking around, making the boys with the black jerseys on chase, and it should be the other way around.
Jennings, Clemente defends, deflects into the hands of Blanchette. This game going much like Vegas this season so far. Very slow start in their first 5 games, excelling in their next 5 games. Slow in the first half, down 1-0 at the break, now up 2-1. still. Hits one over the top. Heavy touch from Diaz. Chases it down. He's able to win a corner.
You can just sit back, watch Max Ornstill and Mamadou Fall just distribute left and right. Silky smooth coming off the back line, even though Ornstill's sitting as their 6. He's so good recognizing when to go and when to take the simple balls just in front of you.
Diaz near the penalty spot. Still bouncing around, much like Vegas's goal, but this one does not take a fortunate bounce for Oakland the way it did for Vegas. Foul in transition here, a very quickly issued yellow card to Akeem Ward. No hesitation at all on that one from Ismir Pekvic.
That's a pretty heavy challenge too, behind the scenes. Watch as the quick little step out comes right there on the right leg of him. It's gonna leave a mark.
Eric Dueñas still feeling the effects of it here in the 80th minute. On the road, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio. Featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Meola, Rodney Marsh, and the brand new USL All Access. Featuring Mike Watson, Devin Kerr every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. Chance here for Jordan Farrell to have some words with his squad. Entering the final 10 minutes of the match. Trying to push the right button, find that equalizer after seeing the lead evaporate. Look at the stats, shows something that's becoming a bit of a bad theme here for Oakland. Their 1-0 loss against Orange County. They controlled some of the game. They didn't give up too many chances. Same thing in the game against San Diego. But that 0-0 draw against Austin, they allowed 16 shots to only 3 of their own. And in the draw against Sacramento, they allowed 19 shots to just 3 of their own. Tonight, 2 shots of their own, they've allowed 15. Massive disparity in the opportunities of late in their games. Takahashi trying to change that. Another lung-busting run down the left wing, cuts it back. Takahashi sends it across. Again, that last ball from Takahashi just hasn't been there tonight for all his opportunities ranging forward. Takahashi goes at it again. Just east to west, lays it off. Ornstill. Back for Muhammad. Inside Diaz, finds Muhammad, the shot, the save! Alex Rando keeps this one a 2-1 lead for Vegas. The first save he's had to make tonight, and he comes up big. Takahashi cuts in, takes a deflection, and just cleared to safety. Moran looking for Weir. Shielded off by Leone.
You can finally start to see the players taking the direction that's being given to them by Jordan Farrell, and it's a simple one. Keep the ball moving. He's spot on right. The fact that every single touch you take, no matter the nature that it's deployed in, if it's in front of you 5 yards, it's a 30-yard ball over to the right, if it's just continuing the progression from one side to the other, that's going to challenge the shape of the opposition. A lot of times they're just stepping on it and allowing them to sit back defensively for the Las Vegas Lights. Just push this thing and start to tweak here and there. You need to find some special moments right now. You're seeing how high Takahashi is playing. Feed into him. I love the little call of the gut-busting or lung-busting run, excuse me, that you kind of mentioned a second ago. Go ahead and take advantage of that. He's willing to go up and down this flank right now and try and pin back the substitute Molina. So go do it. And then the secondary run coming down underneath. Get him in a one-on-one, go after the space, and then work off of him.
Takahashi at it again. So involved on that left side. Now finds Weir. Back for Takahashi. Mumba turned aside. Oakland tries again through Muhammad. With that chance he had a moment ago, the last one that Oakland sees in this one with just 5 minutes left. Chances few and far between, but Rando makes a mess here. Play continues. What just happened there?
Well, again, another interesting decision is got some cramping on the far side. Most importantly, watch this ball get played back here. There's the touchback. Goalkeeper, I got it. Bring it all the way back across. Is that not another attempt at a pass back? I'm confused.
A lot going on there again. I don't know if there was a belief that maybe there was a deflection somewhere along the line on the ball making its way back to the goalkeeper.
Penny for a thought from that man right now.
Jordan Farrell wondering how this game has turned the way it has. All this will certainly factor into added time here in the second half as Oakland sees that clock continue to tick. Eastmere Peckmich signaling to the watch that he is adding this. Now on the other side, Steve Cherundolo, a lot happier with what he's seeing in the second half. We'll try to get another look at this here. Didn't take a touch there. Now after Rando has it, did it take a touch there from Diaz coming in? No, never took a touch anywhere. Muhammad gives it away. Quezada down the wing. Late whistle here. A card coming out of the pocket. Goes against Memo Diaz. Another substitution on its way for Las Vegas. Julian Vasquez entering the match. Frank DeRoma's night is done. Blanchett mishits the punt. Oakland not seeing much of the ball now the last couple of minutes. Jennings ranges forward. Between Vegas keeping the ball, a couple giveaways at the back from Oakland. The injury, Oakland was getting into a rhythm, and they've since been thrown right out of it.
A lot of fresh legs for Las Vegas Lights have made them chase a bit more than they'd like to, for sure. And then that buildup coming out of the back, it's just become predictable, unfortunately. But they don't necessarily have a lot of options given the way that the game has played out and the substitute issues. So you're still looking for hold-up play. You're still looking for the counter-attacking option. Can you do it with not much time left on the clock? That's what I said. Love the energy coming right now from Takahashi. Try and harness that as best as possible.
Jordan Farrell spoke a lot about Soya Takahashi this week and the difference he makes down that wing. The guy who completed his first 90 minutes in the match against Austin. The goals, the assists, not there yet for Takahashi, but what he handles defensively and the ground he covers offensively and defensively. Such a boost for Oakland, and now they'll have a chance at a set piece here in the 90th minute. Molina claims he got the ball, but he ends up getting a yellow card. Another look here at the foul.
That's the right decision. I'm with that. A little late to the party for Roberto Molina.
3 minutes of added time brought to you by Nation's Giant Hamburgers. Mumba serves it up. And it's headed away. Vegas has been so strong at the back. Opportunities not easy to come by for Oakland. 4 shots, 2 on target for the Roots, but still time enough in this one to get another one in front. With 2 black jerseys there. And now space on the counter. Cuts it back, across. Opportunity to put this one away. Save again by Blanchette. Making his first appearance with Oakland. That's a guy who looks like he's here to stay in a big way. Mohamed Traore in disbelief that that opportunity was missed.
End-to-end stuff right now. How about this ball? Great ball down in the quarter by Akeem Worthen coming all the way back across. Thought that was the equalizer. Max Orn still right there. And then as it opens up, what a touch coming back through the middle. Duenas just picks out the space. All the way back for Tarek Morad. Paul Blanchett, there is a glimmer of hope, and it comes from that goalkeeper.
Player down all the way to the other end in the goal. Masovsky. Now this stoppage in stoppage time will certainly be factored in. You wonder when Ismir Pekmic might blow that final whistle then. As this cuts into the initial 3 minutes that were given. Masovsky was in the mix, of course, at the other end. Steve Cherundolo looks on. Team nearing another big 3 points. Two 2-1 in their last 5. After a start that featured 1 win, 4 losses. This team is hitting their stride. They're on the brink of another 3 points. Another sub now first. Sisi Uche comes in to lend his presence on the back line as they try to see this one through. Masovsky checking out. Defender in, striker off. Jennings takes it to the corner. Taken away from Ward. Late foul call against Vegas. Last chance could be coming for Oakland. Bouncing around, top of the box. Diaz turns, chips it in. Runs coming in from Clementa. Stopped at the near post. Alex Rando. Contact there, no foul. Sent forward, Weir. Going against Leone with a tackle put in by the player whose goal right now holding up as the potential winner. Given away by Murad. Takahashi trying to win it back. Jennings makes the run. It comes to the near side instead. Roberto Molina. Wisely taking it to the corner. More precious time coming off the clock. Out for a goal kick. Can't be long now before that final whistle is blown. Three minutes were given initially. Stoppages within stoppage time have extended it further. Is there any more drama left in this one? Clementa looks like he's gearing up for a long throw, waving everybody in the box. We played 5 minutes of additional time now. Clementa, the long toss, headed away. Out for Takahashi. Chips the ball in. It falls through everybody. Did it take a deflection? Oakland pleading their case. It's going to be a goal kick, and that might do it. Play continues for now. Mafeka taken down. Free kick for Oakland. Mumba stands over it. Can the Roots provide some late magic here in front of their fans at Las Positas College Field? Mumba drives it in, sent away, and there's the final whistle. 3 points for Vegas. Their positive stretch continues. Steve Cherundolo will leave very happy. Jordan Farrell and Oakland left with some more questions tonight as they fall 2-1 after blowing a 1-0 halftime lead.
It's a really good result, though, for Las Vegas Lights on the road, and given the elements, you know, the pregame escapades, if you will, it's only the third time they've been able to give up the opening goal and come from behind. I said coming in, a tale of 2 seasons so far, right? The first 5 games, the last 5 games. In the last 5, 2 of those matches against San Antonio and Galaxy, they were able to garner 4 points between those 2. Let's tack another one. It goes from a trend to an identity. That's what's being established right now for Las Vegas Lights. If they can get out in front of some of these games, they can really start to turn some heads. For Oakland Roots, be proud of your performance. Short bench, again, they had to fight the elements as well. Yes, you get out in front. No, you don't finish it off. But they're starting to put together some quality performances, shore themselves up for 90 minutes. They'll be just fine.
Positivity for both teams. Very tight Pacific Division standings. These 2 teams could be battling it out through the summer. They'll see each other 3 more times, but the first one goes Vegas' way. 2-1 win for the Lights. Back in a moment to wrap it up.
Can I get a pina colada?
Hey, can I get a woo-woo?
Give me a screwdriver, boo. Sugar-free, apple pina.
Tahoe blue, Tahoe blue, Tahoe blue. Another Tahoe blue.
Oh, I get it.
That's really nice.
Umbrella?
Yeah.
What can I get you? Never mind. I got it.
Tahoe Blue tastes better.
Nation's Giant Hamburgers, the Bay Area's favorite since 1952, with 29 locations to serve you. Don't settle for a nothing burger. Go for a Nation's Giant Hamburger. Really fresh, a little hard to hold, totally awesome. But Nation's is more than just hamburgers. We have really great breakfast too. And don't forget our large variety of pies, made fresh daily. Nation's Giant Hamburgers, keep it real, make it Nation's.
It doesn't matter how hard you play, practice, or compete, unless you do it together.
1, 2, 3, family!
That's why Anthem Blue Cross and Oakland Roots are teaming up, taking on food insecurity, improving physical and mental health, and speaking out for social justice. We're committed to improving the lives and health of our community, together. Visit oaklandroots.com/anthem to learn more.
Vegas takes it 2-1. Winning goal goes to Tony Leone. Off a dirty play after a corner kick. Just found it, put it in, gave them the victory. Jordan Farrell's squad loses after being up 1-0 at halftime.
Let's go all the way back to the chances right at the beginning of this thing. Paul Blanchette. Call his number, called upon. Good save right in the front. Would do the same thing about 10 minutes later. But the transitional play here, and again, it's a really poor decision off the back line, to be fair, by Tony Leone to knock this right down the center. And it's even worse to try and take it off the chest and go the other direction. Torres gets himself in trouble. But the pressure put forth by Luna Mafeka. Happy to step in. Good little ball into Tarnweer, tucks it home in the bottom corner. They're out and running 1-0. And I talked about the distribution skills coming off the back line. That doesn't necessarily have to be a 50-yard ball over the top. It's a little 20-yard ball right through the middle. Little touch through the Daroma. Finds Cal Jennings. Let your magician up top go to work. Nice little save here, again by Blanchette. Just redirected up over the top of the bar. And then the build. The touch across. The secondary effort. Swung into the backside. Little ping pong. Little touch. Little deflection. But a goal nonetheless by Crisostomo in the back of the net. So where's the go-ahead going to come from? There'd be another opportunity for the transitional play. Saw it a couple of times here. I still don't know how this isn't a foul. Is that a foul for you?
Foul for me.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I'm watching the same game that you are. Awesome. So let's in the 62nd minute. Let's go a couple minutes further. 74th minute. Tony Leone. From who? Traore. Because, of course, because Fall was great, Tony Leone was good, and Traore has been fantastic. You know, those three in the combination on the backside, and what you saw out of Julian Gaines and Molina, good back four. They got better as the game went on. That's your game winner from your defender. His first of the season. But another win, nonetheless, for the Las Vegas Lights.
Full-time stats brought to you by Puma. Again, the shot disparity between Oakland and the opponents. It's propped up a couple of times the last couple of games. 17-5. Opportunities not easy to come by for Oakland.
Don't look now. Las Vegas Lights have now gotten back-to-back wins. They've gotten results in 4 out of their last 6 matches. And Joe, by the way, they are above the playoff line.
It's time to start watching. We're in the summer. The action heating up. And Vegas heating up with it. Steve Cherundolo's crew, they're not tumbling down. They're rising up. And they get the 2-1 win over Oakland. The first time these teams have met. They'll do so 3 more times this season. First one goes Vegas' way. For our partner Devin Kerr and the rest of our incredible crew, this is Joe Malfa saying good night from Livermore, California at Las Positas College Field. Vegas 2, Oakland 1. Your final score. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.